Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a little voiceover. Yes, I'm going to be doing a voiceover. I'm going to put that real nice and low. Maybe it's not even picking it up, but alright, whatever. So, TennoCon just happened, and they dropped some massive bombshells, some very interesting things, and things we've never seen from DE in its entirety. As you can see right now, it is the highlight for their biggest featurette, and I'm not gonna lie, I got a very big E3 vibe off of them this time around, something I've never seen from them in the last 4 years. This is on a whole new level for Digital Extremes. Not trying to bash them, just saying this was breathtaking and just very overwhelming. If you're wondering what the hell is going on in the background, because you haven't seen this from DE themselves, well, this is the next big feature update. And it is insane. So I'm just gonna skim through this because this is 17 minutes worth of gameplay. You can go see it on the Warframe YouTube channel. And as you can see here, it's the Ostron Reclaim Colony. So these people are referred to as the Ostron Colony. And there comes our Warframe. So I'm gonna skim through this and some highlights that will just left me mind-boggled. So we do have a full colony. They are being lived in. This is on a whole new class for DE, for Warframe in its entirety. I'm joking around with my friends saying this is Warframe 2.0 because the scope for this is ridiculous. So for the first time ever, we're going to be seeing a colony that isn't a relay. This is a relay-like system, but it's not a relay, just dominated by the syndicates. This is an actual colony, and these are actual colonists living their lives, commerce, going by the day and day. Earlier you saw children playing around with a Volt mask and some Grenier masks with some Gracadas. Those are all paper mache. You have a bunch of nice little interesting things. You have the colonists, you have Corpus here. There's a lot of trades between them. And you have other Warframes running amok as well, talking and interacting. That might just be because it makes it look pretty. There's the paper mache masks. Steve was joking about buying one and throwing it on your operator for the ultimate meta, which would be very interesting. And the town just gets better and better. And here he's joking about getting Kubro or Kavat gene palettes, which may or may not be a thing, because you never really know with these guys. And you have the most interesting part here, which is that table right there. Nope, we're just gonna go look at this fish market. Fish, yes. Now, okay, back to the interesting bit. And this is the first part that blew everyone's godforsaken mind collectively. It's an anvil. For the first time in years, we're going to be allowed to make our own weapons. It'll be dependent on 3 factors. The blade, which is being called the strike, if we can go back a little. Maybe. Okay, hold up. We have the strike, which is the actual blade, or the striking portion, which can be the club, the hammer, the blade, whatever it is. You have the grip, which will determine its weapon style, and the link, which will be its modifier. So I believe those are placeholder numbers. 1 minute, 4,000 credits. May or may not be. There might be prime items, there might not be prime items. No one really knows. Right now, everything's up for speculation. But you can see here that it is quite intensive. You already have a bunch of series of blades. You had one that looked like a hammer. Here's where the grip comes into play. And then we have the links. These are all golden. So this can mean anything, in all honesty. So we have the conch head, we can see here, which is making it more of a hammer, so you have high impact. He's going to be switching to the Olatha, which switches it to a slash and puncture. He'll switch the blade later on again, but right now we're going to switch from daggers, and you can see here it goes to staves. It's all very interesting. We're going to switch the blade again to the Mewan, and it goes further into slash, less puncture. That might have changed earlier with the polearm. Went from stave to a polearm. Now we go back to this and make it machete. And it just changes. So many things change, and they're going to be so dependent. And this is going to be interesting for multiple reasons. People are going to grow their own attachment to some of these weapons. There is going to be the whole min-max scenario for it, but some players are just going to play with this for fun. If we skim ahead a little, we have as well more markets. We have this old man. We have Megan right there. We're just going to ignore DE Megan in the background. Hello, Megan. And then we have, like I said, this old man. And he's a quest giver. He's going to be giving us quests alongside other colonists, which will be very interesting to see overall. So we just skim through, get the quest done, and this is the first segment where everyone collectively lost their shit beyond all comprehension. The weapons was a lot, this was even more. The doors behind the guy opened. Oh, yay, open doors, very anticlimactic. It's the lead up to this other door. What is beyond this door is something some of us have only thought of in our dreams. I've joked around this with friends like crazy, and to see it finally implemented is chilling. And there's a bird, and it's gone. So this is the first open world segment, as open world as it can get, for Warframe. It is being said that it is 3 kilometers by 3 kilometers square, which is a total of a 9 kilometer play group or play field, which some people are saying it's really tiny, but it feels rather large considering how fast we move and everything. It could also be that it is 3 kilometer by 3 kilometer and everything's scaled down due to the limitations of the engine, but there's a lot of technical mumbo jumbo going on there. The interesting part is that this is being advertised as an open area with just randomly generated, procedurally generated little enemy encampments, points of interest, things to go find, collect, new materials, resources, and at the very back you can see this tower in the background, a Grenier tower. Supposedly that's another play zone that we can go to and actually invade and potentially destroy. Maybe, maybe not, because destroying it doesn't make too much sense for gameplay reasons. And if we skim further ahead, we have DE making their usual offhand remarks, trying to play off things, and you have a lot of beautiful scenery like this. And you have something being joked around here as a, oh look, might be a visual bug. Oh, that very underhanded remark. Just to be alluded to what more people collectively lost their shit about. People collectively lost their shit like crazy about this. And that is that they're introducing, for the first time in Warframe, the ability to fish. Spearfishing, to be exact. And you can see here that there are splashes to indicate there is a fish in this area, but you can actually see the fish physically in the water. And then we have this bad boy. That's a very weird fish. But they are talking about the scales of this... Wait. The scales of this river-dwelling fish are a key ingredient to skin stew. Yes, food for the colonists, but this might be a crafting material to make weapons, to make potentially some cosmetic armor, or to make some sort of item that we might use in the future. There are possibilities, there are lost and missed possibilities like anything else we talk about with Warframe, but this is still very astonishing. And some people are already talking about they're not excited to do all this running around in this open field to have nothing. There is going to be a fix for that, and that is the ability to... Let's skim through all this talk, all this fluff. If you had a keen eye when she pulled out the spear, you noticed it already. And that is the ability to call in Archwing. And since these are deployables, you could use it on yourself and pick them up, or you can call it in again and use it for your friend, which is very interesting to see. And there goes another bird. And we have an example here of a Grineer camp. There is a full day-night cycle that is being constantly advertised that is dynamic, so it's not going to be 1 minute it's day, the next minute it's night, because of the 4-hour rotation on the Earth tile. This will change constantly while you're playing it. This is a Grineer camp. There might be some items here for us to loot. This might be just a side objective eventually. There are some gameplay potentials for this. I'm very skeptical due to the track history, but I'm very optimistic. This feels a little bit more reminiscent of something like Mass Effect Andromeda that did a very good job on the combat and some of the setup, but very poor on the execution of the story and of the whole dynamic. Something that Warframe kind of has significantly better, which is very sad in some perspective or in some manner, depending on who you're talking to. So, to make things interesting, they are going to be adding dropships for the Grineer. This has been advertised ever since the Corpus got their dropships for Ambulus. And to see it finally implemented in not just the Earth tile set, because the dropship will be implemented there, but on the new tile set they've been advertising, or keeping a secret now that they're advertising. Words, English, direction, can I even? Yes, typical Dark Freak. And the most interesting part is, as you can see here, it is slowly turning to night. And the big issue about nighttime is that if you stay out here, everyone is just gonna go into an instant panic. The Grineer don't like what's gonna happen. They're gonna flee. You can see this guy's so desperate. He's like, don't leave me behind. Jump on the hook. And it's bad enough that even the Warframes have to retreat. But this is... Oh, look, she's holding something. I didn't notice that earlier. But this will also be a very nice thing for older players that aren't terrified or scared to face a new threat. And this is kind of being pushed as a multi-stage, big push for late game content, for a challenge, for just something to push the player, something that Warframe has been lacking and criticized constantly for multiple years. And it is a giant sentient behemoth, a colossus, if I may. And this thing will be something for us to take down and challenge ourselves with. I'm very excited to see how this happens. They did say that this will have some aspects of the operator and some aspects of the Warframe. The operators are going to be getting their whole entire overhaul as well, just as you can see this whole new colony system, this new open world system, and it's all going to be implemented in the plains of Eidolon. And that is just breathtaking. The operators are going to be getting their own armor, their own upgrades, their own systems, and it's a whole new layer of complexity for the operators. Then we have this thing, which more people collectively lost their shit about. I'm just surprised they even bothered to do it. And that is to tease the unteasable. To present and show the one thing people have been just constantly nagging DE about for years at this point. And that is that mysterious figure in the background. We'll see who he is in a second. So, if you already know what this is, you know it's the one and only. And this is going to be the next quest. The next major quest is revolving around Umbra. So, we're going to see what happens with this as well. So this is the next quest, the Sacrifice. Expect this sooner than the Plains. That's my assumption at the very least. And overall, I am significantly excited. So if we go back to the dev stream at Tenno Live, I know I'm running this a little long, but I want to show off, at the very least, the concept. There it is. This is the operator. So we will be getting operator armor. As you can see here, they have different guns. These guns will allow us to focus our energy beams and repurpose them and use them in different ways. This will be giving us armor, shields, health, different attack patterns. Our energy beams will be completely controlled and managed differently because of these weapons. So alongside having our warframes, we're going to have a quote-unquote miniature warframe within our operators themselves, since they are this all-being entity. And this is just going to be amazing. Was there anything else I'm missing here aside from that giant 17-minute thing? Not really. Well, there is also Hydroid Prime, which is here, the Golden Pirate, and then the next Warframe, which is the Glass Warframe. Some people are calling her the Glass Cannon, some people are calling her the Shapeshifter, because Sheldon said there is a morphing aspect to her. She does have an Ice Hammer, which might be her Exalted Hammer. So, a lot of interesting things to come. We do have the TenoCon being presented here. We have Equinox set back there. This Neja, Saren. I'm gonna assume Ash, Atlas, Nyx. The Grax series for Hydroid, Nova Grax, and then Mag, alongside what looks like 2 different Syndonas. So, nothing else from TennoCon, as you can see here, and they ended it on that note with Umbra. So, like I will too. Tell me what you guys thought about all this. This is one of my longer kind of scatterbrained recaps. Due to my time crunch, I do have a full-time job now, and rendering and blah, 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 technical issues. I just want to get this out for you guys. And tell me, what are you guys excited about? Are you optimistic? Are you skeptical? There is a lot of reasons to be skeptical, but how skeptical are you? If you're not, how optimistic are you? I'm extremely 50-50, but my needle can go anywhere at this point. I'm going a little bit more for skeptical, but that's just me because of the burnout. So let's see what you guys have to say in the comment section down below. So see you guys next time, guys, and let's hope we get all this before the end of the year. That'd be a nice present for the holidays. Yes, nice. So, ta-ta, guys.